Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. We're at the time of year where the seasons begin to change, but I bet you will get another blast of heat above 90 degrees.
Sure, we're still in summer. Summer's not over until September the 21st.
This is true.
This is lovely in the 70s here on a nice Sunday afternoon.
And speaking of a nice Sunday afternoon, we've got a great show for you. Some of the things we'll be talking about is, of course, we're with our partners, LG&E, and we'll be talking about what?
Preparedness Month. You try to test me.
Because September is Disaster Preparedness Month. We also had an opportunity to meet with Miss Kentucky, and she was putting together a peace rally and a really nice event. And then, of course, the World Fest.
Oh, the World Fest was amazing.
Right.
See, I get so excited about it, get my tongue twisted up, but it was wonderful.
A lot of fun. So stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Whole universe. There's only one you. But even though we're unique, we do have one thing in common. We want to live long, healthy lives. That's why Kentucky One Health should be the one name you think of for award-winning heart, stroke, and cancer care. The one name for convenience. With over 200 locations including hospitals, outpatient care centers, and physician practices. And the one name for wellness. With healthy lifestyle centers and partnerships across the state. With the combined experience of Jewish and St. Joseph hospitals and the University of Louisville Hospital, Kentucky One Health is the one name in healthcare.
Jeff Waller Toyota, Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at jeffwallerclarksvilletoyota.com.
Well, as you know, every month we do something with our partner, LG&E, and this month was no different. Got a chance to hang out with Natasha Collins again, and we were talking about September being Disaster Preparedness Month. So take a look at this piece. Well, every month with Urban Lifestyles, we do a segment with our partners, LG&E, and this month is no different. Of course, we're here with Natasha Collins, and we're talking about energy matters, and it really matters in the month of September because it is Emergency Preparedness Month. And welcome back to Urban Lifestyles.
Great to be here during National Preparedness Month, Max.
So tell me, what are some things that we need to do, and what are those steps to getting those plans together?
Sure. Well, with LG&D and KU, we like to give folks about 5 tips because 5 is easy to remember and it gets us all thinking on the right track. The first of those tips is to make a plan. I know when I was younger, I used to hear this one a lot, but it really makes sense. So whether you're at home or at work, develop a plan that involves everyone who's in your home, everyone who's part of your work family, so that all of you know what to do in the event of different types of emergencies. And you're thinking of things like where will you meet, how will you stay in touch, and how to handle those different types of emergencies. When I mentioned that I used to hear make a plan when I was younger, it was usually in relation to a fire or a tornado. Right. So how will I get out of my house? What will be the meeting point for my family so that we can do a head count? Or during a tornado, where is the point in my home where I'll be most protected? This is a great time to start thinking about things like that. And if you have children, to go over this with them so that they feel like they have a plan too.
And you know, that's great information because normally when we think about a plan, we're thinking about it for one particular instance. But as you said, you need one for work, you need one for home, and probably for your car as well.
That's exactly right. A lot of people don't think about what would I do if I had an emergency when I was on the road and I was stranded for a period of time. So we encourage folks to make that plan for not just home, but many different locations.
Okay, so what's the second step?
Sure. The second step is to make sure that you're stocked up with emergency items.
Okay.
So a lot of times during an emergency, unfortunately, we never know when it will strike. Sometimes there are projections if it's going to be weather related, but we don't know when an emergency can happen. So we might not always have time to get to the store to get those items that we might need. So stockpile those items now, put them all together in one place in your home. Make sure everyone knows where that place is and that they can get to it in the event of an emergency. I know we talk about emergency preparedness kits, and some of those items that you would find in a kit are great things to start stockpiling now. So think about what would sustain you and all of those who you need to account for in your plan for a period of 72 hours. So these are things like water, medication, phone chargers, battery-powered radios, things that you would need to sustain you for 72 hours, whether it's to stay informed or to have things like non-perishable food items and a can opener to make sure you can open those items, right?
And these are things that you can pick up in your local grocery store, your CVS or Walgreens, or things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned, these are things that are oftentimes in emergency preparedness kits. And oddly enough, that has to do with our third tip, is to make a kit and do it now before an emergency strikes. Because as we mentioned, you won't always have the time to get these items. You can do some of that legwork without even leaving home, really, just by going on the internet. I know we have an emergency preparedness kit that we'll go through in a minute here, but you can find emergency preparedness kits online, and depending on how many people they include, whether it's a kit for 2 or 4, or depending on how many they're for and how many items are in that kit, they can be anywhere from $20 to I've seen upwards of $300 and $400. So it just depends, but you can be as prepared or get as many items online as you need.
And one thing about the kits that you buy that are already intact, you can always add on and make it to where it fits you and your family and your situation.
Exactly. Just, it's a great starting point because, like I mentioned, you don't even have to go anywhere to get it. You can have it sent to you, and it can supplement anything else you need. Of course, you're going to want to think through other items that should be included, things like medications or some of those other things that might address specific situations if there's a health issue with someone in your family or different things like that. But yeah, it's a great starting point to buy those preparedness kits. Yes.
And number 4 on our list is?
Yes, number 4.
I feel like Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, number 4 is to, what you actually already mentioned it, is to take your kit mobile. Remember that an emergency can strike wherever you go. So lots of times we might not think about having one of those same kits that we keep at home in our car, but that's great to have. I actually, unfortunately, Max, recently got a flat tire on the expressway, right?
Okay.
And so even though that wasn't a situation that had me stranded for a long period of time, if I had been in a remote location, if it had been the middle of winter during a blizzard, I might have been in a tough spot. So you want to make sure you have things like blankets, things like some of those flashers or flares that you can have on the side of the road. Obviously, the water and the food would be great in case you're there for a while before emergency crews can get to you. These are all things that you want to think about and, plan accordingly. So for my vehicle too, I always like to keep a pair of rain boots and snow boots in there. So if I got to get out and push my car,
Right.
I can do it.
And number 5 on our list?
Yes, number 5 is to keep informed. Of course, when it comes to weather emergencies and different things that involve our system, we have the online outage map, and it's a great resource. You can access it through your mobile device and take a look. And even with the way it's been upgraded as recently as last year, we have that weather radar overlay. So if there's weather moving into the area that's a severe weather or something that is a concern to you, you can see how that weather is tracking, when it might get to your area, and then plan accordingly. Also, customers can make sure that they are registered for text, which I'm sure you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can text your outage to the number 4 LGEKU, and that can give you information. You can text status to that same number, and once you've notified us of your outage, you can get information on the status of your outage and when your service might be restored. So those are great ways to keep informed and make sure that you know what's going on and what emergency might be upon you during a certain time.
So as we're wrapping this up, what is one key piece of information that people need to know, not only about September, but just emergency preparedness in general?
do it in advance.
Okay.
I think that's one of the most important things. I think we always think, whether it's an emergency or something else, that there's going to be tomorrow, that
Right.
we can put it
Always
off
got
another
time.
day. And that's the thing about emergencies. They are such, not just because of what happens during them, but because oftentimes we're unprepared for them and we don't expect them. So if you plan in advance and if you have what you need in advance, then it can be that much better, or at least you can plan in advance to try to handle it that much better when it does hit.
You know, it's some great information, because a lot of times when you think of disaster, you probably think of one location. That's probably home.
I tell you one small inconvenience, I guess you could say, is let the lights go out, the electricity, and I'm searching, and this is a lesson. Where are the batteries? Where are the flashlights? So it pays to be prepared.
Right, and putting everything together in a little backpack or something like that, and making each pack, you know, that fits your family's needs. So maybe
Yes.
you'll keep one in your car, maybe one at work, but regardless of what happens, you are prepared.
Makes sense, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and you know, something else as relates to LG&E. I told Natasha that we brought a new washer and dryer. I went through the steps to fill out for our rebate, and she was extremely proud of me.
We're going to
So I
be
just-
saving energy.
That's
Did
it.
you tell her how old?
No,
My
I
other
didn't.
dryer, I'm going to tell y'all, because it was 32 years old.
But it still worked.
Yeah.
And now I'm washing clothes. I'm taking them off the hangers, out of the drawers, and washing. I am washing everything. So,
Well, the washing machine we had, it was 23 years old.
but it worked.
Yeah, they don't build them to last anymore, so yeah.
We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We are more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies.
The whole universe, there's only one you. But even though we're unique, we do have one thing in common. We want to live long, healthy lives. That's why Kentucky One Health should be the one name you think of for award-winning heart, stroke, and cancer care. The one name for convenience. With over 200 locations including hospitals, outpatient care centers, and physician practices. And the one name for wellness. With healthy lifestyle centers and partnerships across the state. With the combined experience of Jewish and St. Joseph hospitals and the University of Louisville Hospital, Kentucky One Health is the one name in healthcare. In the whole universe, there's only one you. But even though we're unique, we do have one thing in common. We want to live long, healthy lives. That's why Kentucky One Health should be the one name you think of for award-winning heart, stroke, and cancer care. The one name for convenience. With over 200 locations including hospitals, outpatient care centers, and physician practices. And the one name for wellness. With healthy lifestyle centers and partnerships across the state. With the combined experience of Jewish and St. Joseph hospitals and the University of Louisville Hospital, Kentucky One Health is the one name in healthcare.
Jeff Fowler Toyota, Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at jeffwallerclarksvilletoyota.com.
Whole universe, there's only one you. But even though we're unique, we do have one thing in common. We want to live long, healthy lives. That's why Kentucky One Health should be the one name you think of for award-winning heart, stroke, and cancer care. The one name for convenience. with over 200 locations including hospitals, outpatient care centers, and physician practices. And the one name for wellness, with healthy lifestyle centers and partnerships across the state. With the combined experience of Jewish and St. Joseph hospitals and the University of Louisville Hospital, Kentucky One Health is the one name in healthcare.
Jeff Wyler Toyota, Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at jeffwylerclarksvilletoyota.com.
Well, a part of Miss Kentucky's platform is she's really concerned about peace and making Louisville a safer city.
Yeah.
So having an opportunity to talk to her about that, she's a very visionary young woman. So take a look at this piece. I'm here with Kyle Hornback, who is Miss Kentucky, and she's also responsible for putting on this peace rally here at the Muhammad Ali Center. First of all, welcome to Urban Lifestyles.
Thank you. Nice to have me.
So tell me, how did this event come about?
Well, I was inspired to do something about what's going on in our own community and across the country over the past couple months, and I've seen the fear and the violence that have been taking place, and I wanted to be able to use my position to do something about that. And I'm really excited. I've gotten a lot of awesome people together, and I can't wait to hear what they have to say.
So tell me, who are some of the people that are going to be on your program today?
Well, in addition to Max, I have Cassandra Webb with the Louisville Urban League. I have Adam Eisenberg from Together Louisville. I have Shani Ramirez, who is an advocate for the Hispanic community in Louisville. Jai Wilson, who's an advocate for the West End community in Louisville. And the list goes on and on. I also have the Chief of Police, Steve Conrad, who will be here with us today.
Now, for this to be a successful event, what are some of the things that you would like for the audience to take away?
I want the audience to listen to all the different perspectives. You know, some ideas might conflict with each other, and some people might have things to say that are a lot different than what we're used to believing. And I want people to just be open-minded to take in whatever they can get out of this that will help them be an advocate for change in their own community.
Well, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you. Thank you for being here with us too, Max.
You know, I think she assembled a very distinguished panel. She had Gerald Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. She had the Chief of Police there. I represented 100 black men. She had someone there from the Urban League. So, I mean, it was just a really, really, I think, a nice event. And those people that were in the audience really appreciated it.
Yeah, I heard very good comments because I couldn't attend, that everything was welcomed, and there were so many comments in regards to not just talking about the problem, but offering some solutions,
right,
which was great.
And that's a lot of times what we hear. We just hear people talk about it, but solutions are sometimes on the back burner. And
yes.
More solutions.
Yes.
Well, you know, something else, speaking of solutions, what are we always looking for?
We are always looking for new show ideas.
You are correct. And if you've got a great show idea, be sure to go to our website at www.urbanlifestyles.net, and that's lifestyles with the Z. And if we happen to use your show idea, you can win a free oil change from Jeff Wyler Toyota. And of course, Rodney will not be mad. If you're in the mood for a new or used car, stop by him and see him and tell him that Urban Lifestyle sent you.
And you will be glad that you did.
That's right. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Toyota, Southern Indiana's #1 Toyota dealer. Hey folks, just take the bridge for savings. We're offering employee pricing for everyone who walks through the door. Remember, you pay what we pay. Come see me, Rodney Carter. We're closer than you think. Just take I-65, exit 4, Lewis and Clark Parkway, across from the Green Tree Mall, or visit us on the web at jeffwylerclarksvilletoyota.com.
Well, there's very few women in this field. I'm one of only 2 crew leaders, and we have one other female that's on crews, on the maintenance crews. And it's interesting. I mean, you learn different things every day. It's kind of adventurous because you're going down below ground level. I started out with the company I came in. Everybody comes in as a laborer. And then I went from there to, I did meter reading for a while. And then I just thought, hey, I'm gonna try out the cruise. So I signed a job bid for it, and I was originally what they call a plumber leader assistant. And from there, I went to being a crew leader. Sometimes people are amazed, even though it's 2016, people are amazed that I'm out there and I'm actually doing the work that I'm doing, guys do. Some guys tend to say, oh, you're just in charge. But I'll quickly let them know that I am here. We need more women come. I mean, it's a good job. It's a way to, provide good income to raise a family. And a lot of women don't apply because they feel like that it's a male job. But I say to anybody, when I very first started out doing construction, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a male job or a female job. If you have the determination to do something, do anything.
Well, I hadn't been to World Fest in a couple of years, but being able to go out and experience it this time, I think we had a ball.
People kept saying this was one of the larger attended World Fest events that's been for a while. And not having gone for a while, it was exciting to see all these different cultures and
great food.
And right here in Louisville, and then vendors that came even here from out of town. It was wonderful. Well, you know what? Let's just take a look. La 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 la. This is one of my favorite vendors here. I'm here with Mr. Nima because he has Manding Imports. And tell me about your imports in your business, because I'm sad because you no longer live here in Louisville, but you live where now?
In Atlanta, Stone Mountain, Georgia. I have things from Congo, from Ivory Coast, Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Nigeria, Ghana, I have it all.
Okay. What is one of your biggest sellers? Because I like a little bit of everything, and I know a lot of patterns and things come from different parts of the country in Africa.
Well, I sell a little bit of everything. I sell more of fabric and a lot of beads. The textiles too, I can say drums, we have it all.
Okay. So you come here all the time for the World Fest then?
Every year, yes, I am. And the same spots.
Okay. And one last question. What do you miss most about Louisville now that you're gone?
I hate Georgia traffic. I love the quietness of Louisville.
Yeah, I'm still here at the World Fest, so I'm going through all the vendors. Came across this interesting tent here because I'm looking at these really nice t-shirts, for the World Fest Festival, and I came across these entrepreneurs, and they have a lot of things going on, and it's been very quiet because their business has been here for a while. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and we're gonna start off with father and son.
Okay, Big Keith. I'm Little Keith.
I'm Lynn.
My name's Ryan.
And I'm Antoine.
Okay, so tell me about your business, and I saw these shirts that say mob.
Yes,
what does mob mean?
Mob means men of business. We made it up in our own category and our own, swag and lane. But Quiet Money, it's just our group, production group. We do T-shirts, videos. We making shirts. We doing shows across, just trying to help the community and help all the young, urban, everybody, influence with my music and, our business and what we doing. We doing all type of things to better our community and our race and our world at the end of the day.
How'd you come up with Quiet Money?
We came up with Quiet Money because, everything we do is, is concealed and the right way. Just basically staying out of trouble, staying out of the way, doing the right way. It ain't nobody's business, but it's our business to do the right thing and help other people. That's why we man of business, mob. Yeah.
So I could say,
to me, face like, this is what we doing, and we can do it real quietly. So in the Bible say, do bless people in a quiet way,
So I would say your son is a chip off the old block.
Yes, sir. Oh, we too much alike. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And share with me you all's roles in the business. I'll start with you.
I'm just a big helper. I'm a part of the Men of Business, Quiet Money Production. I'm also an artist here, a music producer, singer, rapper. I just pretty much do it all.
And your role?
A co-owner and just help out, do whatever I need to be done.
And that's what it takes, a lot of helping out to make things go. And mom-in-law, your oh, okay.
I have everybody's back, whatever they need me to do.
I was drawn in by all these beautiful patterns, and I ran into Miss Nicole.
Hi.
And you are not from Louisville, but where are you from?
We're from Detroit, Michigan.
And what is the name of you all's business?
It's Decab Akar. And we sell authentic African print skirts, and they're from West Africa, which is Senegal. And these are our best sellers here, and we come every year.
Okay. What do you like best about when you all pack up travel to come here to Louisville for the World Fest?
Louisville, the people, the atmosphere. Absolutely. The people here are always so kind and genuine. And then the southern warm hospitality that we get. Yeah.
So the skirts are you all's biggest sellers? Is it like one size fits all, or is it some variation? Or
There are variations. We have skirts to accommodate petite as well as full figured.
Yours is beautiful and it's very flattering on you as well.
Pockets. I love this. This is what you call wax fabric, and this is all from West Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And then we have the pleated ones. We have the short. We have the long. So we want everyone to come out and at least come out and give us a try.
So if you want a flavor of Mexican food, you can do it. And I'm going to show you how, because this is Chef Nancy. And share with us about this dish that you have whipped up where everybody can do.
When you cook rice, you always want to make sure you season it, no matter what you're doing. So in the water, I put some fresh garlic and some of these dried peppers. And I cut them in half.
Is that making it real hot with the peppers?
It doesn't make it hot, it gives it more flavor. I mean, you could put too many in and make it hot. All right, so I cook it, and then when the rice is done, I take the peppers out. And then I added this Herdez salsa, a can of black beans, and voila, you have got a great Mexican dish. And it's good on a taco, it's good with a chip, or it's good to just eat. But it's a simple dish, and I love international food.
So being here at the World Fest was awesome. I saw a lot of different cultures. I saw belly dancing. I saw all these different ethnicities. A lot of food, of course, a lot of vendors, a lot of them from out of town, a lot of them local. And it was just pleasurable, as if I went on this little venture trip right here in these few hours just staying here in Louisville. There is a saying that goes, I travel not to escape life, but so that life doesn't escape me. And indeed, this afternoon here being at the World Fest was just that. I embraced it all these different cultures, and I felt like I've been around the world in just a short amount of time.
Well, you know, World Fest was a lot of fun. I had a ball. Looking forward to it next year.
Yes, I am too. You know, we didn't travel by plane. We traveled by foot.
Yeah.
And it was great just seeing all these different cultures and the food. And
So what was your favorite thing to try?
food.
I mean,
Oh,
just food in general, just
I
everything.
love it. I liked it all.
Okay.
And I want to learn how to salsa dance.
Okay.
I do want to do that.
Yeah, well, I already
No, you
got
don't.
this.
We need to take
Well,
classes.
hey, well, you know what? I think that's our show,
And that's our time.
and we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyle.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.